Okay, this is DragonofEternity and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood. Now, in the last episode, Rhalger's Reach got attacked and we got our asses kicked by Xenocea Galvus. Yeah, it wasn't a pretty sight. And in this episode, we will be dealing with the aftermath of said attack. So, Roban, the fires fade. The haunted look in Roban's eyes speaks of volumes. See to the wounded, Mariashna. If they live, help them. If not, move on. It's very morbid. Well, let's see what we can do. Mender, merchant... bit of lag there. Oh no. Are you the single leaf? Oh, you were. Oh. God damn it, Mefford. Weren't you the one telling me to use my head and stay alive? Mefford lies motionless, having breathed his last. Clenched in his fist is a small charm, which you take for safekeeping. He was already cold when I got to him. There was naught I could do. That charm must have been important. You'd best take it to Conrad. Okay. Surely I should be checking to see if there's any other survivors. Surely. Oh well. So, to Conrad then. Where is Conrad? He's in the infirmary. Okay. Alright, let's see. Still okay? Hopefully she'll live. Kyle. You're worried about Ishtola, aren't you? It's too early to make any kind of prognosis, but she's alive. For now. If it wasn't for her, it would be me lying there. I wish it was. Oh. You seem ready to burst into tears. I'd fetch you a handkerchief, but... Damn it, Alisade, this is serious. You need rest. Makes no sense. He pushed us aside as if we were nothing. Well, he was level 70 and we were level 60. There's a fort. Conrad. Menago? Mefford. Where are you? Mefford's charm. The small wooden charm. Mefford clenched his fist as he breathed his last. This is... He's dead, isn't he? Mefford was a warrior, always thinking about others before himself. He once had an Imperial patrol chase him nigh on 20 moms, so that his wounded would have time to escape. His comrades loved him for it, of course, though that only made him worry more. Did you know that he sent his men in Quarrymill away because he thought they were fighting for him, and not the cause? Aye, well, he did. The only life he was willing to risk was his own, you see. But that's exactly the kind of man who should be leader. The kind of man who deserves to survive. Not an old fool who's all used up. There's no logic to it, Master Kemp. There never is. Who stands, who falls, in heat of battle, we can but do our best, as he did. Method will be sorely missed, aye. But because of his sacrifice, many now live who otherwise would not, and they need us, now more than ever. Aye, that they do. Forgive me, I had high hopes for him, is all. The fires fade complete. I'll recover. My injuries aren't serious, for that was clearly by choice and not by happenstance. They meant to take me alive. Master Kemp seems quite shaken. What can you do at a time like this, other than curse the gods in your own powerlessness? And they're the same. Pippin? Bereft of hearth and home. Rhalger's reach is no longer safe, and Pippin well knows. Our defeat was no near thing. It was total, a humiliation. We were powerless to withstand our enemy's assault. But we cannot afford to dwell on our failure. As Alphino said, it is those who survived whom we must now think of. It is those who survived whom we must think of now. Me in words, it's going to be the thing this episode too. Rhalger's reach is no longer safe. The Imperials may have withdrawn, but they could return at any time to finish what they began. We dare not remain here. Those who are not fit to make the journey to Castrum Oriens will need to be taken by chocobo carriage. Agreed? Agreed. Good. I shall oversee preparations for the carriages. In the meantime, I would have you scour the infirmary for any supplies that might prove useful during the journey. Speaking for Ella. Hun, I hope you have some potions. Forgive me, but it is imperative that I continue preparing medicines for the wounded. If you desire treatment, I must ask that you seek it elsewhere. Oh, I see. In that case, you are free to search the barber and take that which you require. I would not have our people dying en route. I would assist you, but this process demands my undivided attention. Alright, so we need to find some medicine then. Medical supplies? More medical supplies. Mother's boy. The wounded resistance fighter has a lot on his mind. I'll do your quest later. Sorry. And that's all the medical supplies. Miss, Marshal Terrapin said you might have something for me. Medical supplies, an assortment of potions and potables that may prove invaluable in keeping the wounded alive on the journey back to Castrum Oriens. Trells be praised. This should put the driver's hearts at ease. Tell the Vice Marshal we await his orders. Stoll and the others are safely strapped in. Don't worry, I'll be by her side the entire time. Thank you, Kryle. I'll walk alongside. They'll need protection in case the Garleans try something. Hang on, you're injured too, aren't you? Shouldn't you be in one of the carriages? I'm not so frail that I can't make the trip on my own. Besides, there's still work to be done here. I'll see you at the wall when it's finished. As you wish. Then let us set forth at once. We shall move as quickly as our comrade self allows. To Castrum Oriens. So it's just us four, eh? Let's pray they arrive safely. Master Kemp, your concern for your men's well-being is commendable, but I would urge you to consider your own. Divide and conquer. Conrad is a man struggling to cope with a bitter reality. And I get an upgrade. It is an upgrade. Okay. You saved a good many of my men, and I cannot thank you enough for that. But the fact remains, our forces were decimated. In this state, we'll not be mounting an assault on Castellum Valodina or anywhere else. We need to be honest with ourselves about our prospects. But first, we need to put our affairs here in order. Afterwards, I'll join you all at Castrum Oriens. Understood. We will go and speak with General Aldin. Speak of Raban. Raban is over there. Okay. There he is. For more than a decade, the resistance has resided here, hidden from the eyes of the Empire, and just when we set our sights on Valodina, they strike. Do you not find that passing strange? A spy? I can see the reach means a lot to these people, but it would be suicide to stay. Pippin has already departed with the wounded, has he? Good. We have completed our search of the Reach and the surrounding area. As far as we can tell, Xenos and his men returned straightways to Specula Imperatoris after quitting this place. 'Twould seem he's lost interest in us. Which brings us to the most troubling question of all. Not how he found us, but why he chose to spare our lives having done so. In war, you kill or capture your enemy. You don't leave them to fight another day. Only a fool would turn his back and walk away. But Xenos is no fool. Whatever his motive, this is neither the time nor the place to think on it. I will leave a token force to watch over the Reach. The rest will fall back to Castrum Oriens. We can discuss our path forward there. Well, I guess we're going to Castrum Oriens then. I guess Lisa's the first to arrive. Kryl is with Ishtola. She still hasn't woken up, but Kryl says she's through the worst. Given the severity of her wound, we could have hoped for no more. Let us pray she makes a full recovery. We lost a lot of good people, didn't we? I saw it happen. When that Skull's commander cut down Mefred. A single blow, and that was it. Everything he fought for, all his hopes and dreams for the future, gone in an instant. And do you want to know the worst part? It wasn't a Garlean who did it. It was an Alamegan. Gods help me if I ever... No, not now. Not while the General's watching. Not while the General's waiting. Oh, Lise.
Were it not for the swift actions of the Scions and the Alliance, many more would have died. You risked your lives to save ours, and for that we thank you.
There is no need for thanks. We are allies, are we not?
Aye, just so. Let us not dwell on this tragedy, but look to the future.
The future? I'm sorry, General, but there is no future for us. We've lost too many. Gods, I can still see Mefrid with that woman standing over him. They've ripped the heart out of us, General. They've broken us. Our fight is over.
Master Kemp, please.
I'll always hate them with every fiber of my being. For what they took from us then and now. Our homeland, our freedom, our bloody children.
You mean the Skulls? The youths who fight for Xenos?
Grania Lupi, the Black Wolf's legacy and our shame. A unit made up of children born to Alamegan dignitaries who came of age during the occupation. Sons and daughters of Gir Abania, raised to be proud citizens of the Empire, with all the rights and responsibilities that entails. It'd be easy to curse them and call them traitors, but they're our children. Our flesh and blood. If the only way to forge the future we want is to cut down our own, then...
Then what was it all for?
Nargo?
What will you say to the families of the fallen? To the mothers, and the widows, and the orphans? Will you tell them it was all for nothing?
Listen to the girl. We dare not suffer our comrades' sacrifices to have been in vain. Now is the time to steel our resolve and press on, painful though it may be.
And when Xenos comes back with his army, what then? This isn't the first time, you know. You'll be hard-pressed to find men brave or stupid enough to face him again.
I still can't believe how strong he was. He humiliated us back there. The Warrior of Light included. Gods help us if he's next in line to the Garlean throne.
Loath though I am to say it, we should not be surprised. Before succeeding Van Baelsar in Alamigo, Xenos led the Imperial army to Doma, where he crushed the rebellion utterly. As a matter of fact, Doma remains in his charge to this day. Suffice it to say, Varus's heir is a peerless warrior and an accomplished general. The question is, how are we to contend with such a foe?
He also controls Doma, you say? Well then... I have a feeling you're about to tell us. I wanna be a dick, but... Sure.
Well, to put it simply, we have one legatus overseeing two provinces a world apart. I say we divide and conquer. We kindle the flames of revolution in Doma once more, thereby forcing Xenos to fight a war on two fronts.
For that, there would need to be someone left to fight on this front by the time you got back. Look, I'll not deny the plan as promised, and I feel for our brothers and sisters in Doma, truly I do. But I fear we lack the strength to see it through.
Have faith in your people, Master Kemp. Them and the Scions. Hold fast, rebuild, and when all is in place, we shall defeat Xenos together.
If you're going to Doma, I'm coming too. I want to help our friends there, and make sure nothing like this ever happens again.
Give us the time we need, and we will give you something far greater.
Very well. For all you have done for us, we will fight on. But be swift, comrades. Alamigo has suffered enough.
Well then, looks like we're going to Doma. Lovely. So I want to take a quick look at this here. Not now, not while the general's waiting. For that said, while I was watching. Okie doke, so I guess I've got a few people to talk to first. First off, Nago! You look like you're in pain, hun. Ye gods, the pain. It seemed like a good idea at the time. And it was. You helped. Now get back to bed. You've said your piece, yes? Now would you please return to bed? You'll never recover if you carry on like this. I can't deny a part of me wants to stay and fight, but I know I'd be more use to you and the others. So we fight on, come what may. Sentiment notwithstanding, what other choice did we have? We've got a long road ahead of us, but it all begins with the first step. We'll stay in the reach and rebuild. We'll reinforce our defences, and if they come again, we'll be ready. If the rumours are to be believed, this is not the first time Xenos has spared his foes. They say he abides by an unusual code, and takes pleasure in the fight. Whatever his reasons, we must use this time to our advantage. I wish you well on your journey, my friend. Let us pray that when we meet again, our fortunes will have changed. Hopefully, Pippin. Hopefully. It goes without saying, but Scions alone have not the strength to topple a provincial government, here or anywhere else. And I am quite certain the same can be said of the Doman Liberation Front. Nevertheless, we can but go and assess the situation for ourselves, and see what can be done. Lest you doubt what good we few can accomplish, I would remind you that my grandfather and his 12 disciples once journeyed to these lands to save Eorzea and her people from certain doom. Brave souls with an impossible task. And Eorzea lives on. That sounds like Jesus. Well, I guess Louis Suave could be seen as Jesus. Anyway, our present mission may not be as monumental in scope, but is no less important to the multitudes whom we would free from imperial oppression, whom we will free. Okay. And I'll change that. 255. Nice at least. Alisei. Lies, damn lies, and pirates. Alisei is contemplating the logistics of a journey to the Far East. Where men go as one, there is life. And where there is life, there is cause to hope. Our grandfather believed that. So do I. But before we can forge ties with our friends in the Far East, we must first find a way to reach them. Alfard is not exactly over the river and through the woods. Well, I should remind you that Gogetsu, a single Rogadin samurai, had a rowing boat from the Far East to Eorzea. He did it by himself on a rowing boat. We could probably do the same if we were as badass as him. I am one step ahead of you, dear sister, or rather, Tataru is. But before we discuss that, there is another issue I wish to address. Much as I would like it if we could all make the journey together, someone will need to remain to serve as liaison to the Alliance and the Resistance during this critical period. Moreover, as the Stola cannot be left unattended, then I should obviously remain. Very well, issue addressed. You know, Alphino, it would have been quicker to just ask, and markedly less patronizing. Yes, I suppose. Would you be willing to look after Stola and provide support to Arenvald and the others? Yes, Alvinode, I would. You see, that wasn't so hard, was it? Enjoy your trip, and don't you dare return with a gift. Alright. Should not be without a gift? Oh, I will not dream of it. Right then, sister, Mariashna, Lise, gather your things. We are for Limsa Lominsa. Oh boy, I can already see the gold farmers posting. Ah well. Yep, you've said your thing. Are you the same? Uh-huh. Alright. So, to Limsa Lominsa I go. Salanacia, Limsa Lominsa. I'm probably saying it wrong. Ah well. So, just reference general chat. Let's see how long it takes for the gold farmers to appear. So that'll be up by culinarians. Alright. Actually, while I'm near the marketplace, just a little thing. Summoning bell. Yeah, it's been a while since I had last checked on these guys. Oh, lovely. We got sprinklers. Sparklers, even. Alright. Not much I can say about that. There's the gold farmers. There they are. Is that even a real link? Free W GameStop. Game full stop. Oh dear lord. That's horrifying. Okay, back to event. Okay, so culinarians in south. Culinarians. Wait, wouldn't it be quicker to go to the after castle? I will take a look at the map. Well, as my dad always says, and he actually says this, 6 and 2 threes. Alright. Ah, there they are. Alright, so Alice, Lise, and Alphino. Lise. Vilbrand was always Ishtola's domain. I haven't spent much time here, to be honest. Ah, yeah, if you started in Limsa, then you'd see Ishtola. I spoke with Uyanje and Vankrid along the way. To say they were surprised by our stratagem would be something of an understatement, but they did not dispute its logic. Alright. Alphino, then. Tataru should be here any moment with our ship's captain. So, going by sea after all. Is Merle lending us our pick of the Crimson Fleet? Not exactly. You are right in as much as we will be travelling by sea. Regrettably, it is simply not feasible for an airship to travel such a distance without impossibly large fuel reserves, to say nothing of the inevitability of running afoul of the Empire's aerial defences. But then it is equally infeasible to sail an Eorzean Alliance vessel halfway around the world without the Empire taking notice. Which leaves us with only one other option. Ah, speaking of the devil. Sorry to keep you waiting. May I present to you Captain Corvellian of the Kraken's Arms. aka pirates. The Kraken's Arms? Don't tell me you made a deal with pirates! Greetings and salutations, Scions. I take it from your comrade's tone, that you no longer wish to proceed with our proposed arrangement. Not at all, Captain. Pray forgive my sister her outburst. She has ever been one to speak her mind. I, on the other hand, am the very soul of discretion, as many well-respected personages would attest, from the officers of the Admiral to the high houses of Ishgard. Ah, but where was I? Oh yes, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn do indeed still wish to employ your services. However, it is important that you are aware of certain extenuating circumstances. Yeah, you see, we're going to Doma, and intent on securing passage to the Far East. You came to us, knowing us to be the proud purveyors of said region's finest spices, which you steal from God-fearing merchants out on the high seas. Whatever privateering the Kraken's Arms may or may not engage in is strictly within the limits of the law, as set forth by our indefatigable keeper of the peace. More to the point, we are pragmatists. I see considerable risk in aiding your cause, and negligible profit. Well, I for one think that the captain has a point. The 5 seas can be extremely treacherous, and many a poor unfortunate soul has to come to grief out. Hang on. Well, I for one think the captain has a point. The 5 seas can be extremely treacherous, and many a poor unfortunate soul has to come to grief out there on the waves. Why, when we were in Ishgard, I heard the tragical tale of how the heir to the house Durandare vanished at sea. Even now, nearly 20 years later, the poor count remains convinced that his son still lives, and would pay a sultan's ransom for news of his whereabouts. Oh! Oh, I see what you're doing there, Tataru. Sneaky! Truly a tragedy for the ages, and a testament to the misfortunes that may befall us should we act without due consideration. But so long as you're prepared to abide the capricious whims of fate, I am willing to oblige you this once. That said, in the light of the recent rebellion, I trust you understand that I cannot deliver you to Doma itself. I can take you only as far as Kugane, in Hingashi. We will require time to procure sufficient provisions, and make ready for departure. I humbly suggest you do the same. So that was the heir. Oh. Oh. The poor little boy had only seen 14 summers when he left Ishgard. Can you imagine what it must have felt like to finally be free to explore the world, unbeholden to all of the stuffy traditions of the Holy See? Such a shame that he never returned home. Without him, the Count de Durandare must look elsewhere for a successor, and the good Lord Janequinard is one step closer to being the next in line. I don't know if that was a threat or giving information. I don't know. I'm not sure what just happened. I could have sworn he was about to turn us away, but then he changed his mind? Blackmail, is it? This is a dangerous game the two of them are playing. What guarantee do we have that Corvellian won't just throw us overboard? Good question. Good point. Suddenly, all those hours Tataru passed cavorting and capering at the Forgotten Night seem rather better spent, did they not? That said, I had intended to press the point more obliquely, and there was something disconcerting about the pleasure Tataru took in making Captain Corvellian squirm. Yeah, Tataru's scary when she wants to be. Yeah. Anyway, the last quest I'll be doing this episode, Tales from the Far East. Alpha No is thinking of ways you might pass the time. Ways for me to pass the time? Alright. I get better leggings from this, so sure. I say we should heed the captain's advice and attend to our own preparations while they ready the vessel for departure. Tattoo and I will procure the necessary supplies. I'll say, I should be grateful if you would use the time to brief Uyonjay on recent recent developments. You may also wish to review the relevant safety procedures in the event of an emergency at sea. How very prudent of you. Very well, I shall go and speak with him. What of Mary Ashton and Lise? Oops, had a bit of gas there. I would like the two of you to return to Revenant's Toll and speak with our Doman allies. I fear we know too little of their homeland, and any information they can provide would be most welcome. When we have completed our respective tasks, we will reconvene here at the ferry docks. Agreed? Sounds like a plan. Let's go, Mary Ashton. So I guess I'm going to Revenant's Toll. Alright. I wonder if I can find Alpha No and Tartaru around here. Might be possible, though I never really took a look around enough to check. Ah well, so to Revenant's Toll it is. It'd be in others and more Dona. And any more gold farmers? No. I think after this episode I'm going to need to do quite a bit of deleting on my PC. Yeah. For some reason, something's slowing down. It could just be the file size. Possibly. So, Lise. Hello. Well, here we are. We'll need to talk to lots of people, so I think we should split up. I'll ask around at the House of Splendors. You take the Rising Stones. I'll meet you hereafter. Got it? I guess. So, speak with Domans in the Rising Stones. Hello, Yoshi P. Yeah, it's essentially Yoshi P. He put himself in the game and gives you harder versions of raids and trials. How nice of him. So... Homai. You're truly planning to travel to Doma? I do not know what to say. Forgive me, I shall aid you to the best of my ability. Ours is a beautiful land, nestled on the eastern coast of Offord. Along the banks of the Vaughan River, our nation thrived, proud and free, until the Garleans came, 25 years ago. The river was our lifeblood, free to travel and to fish, but travel was soon restricted, and now the river belongs to none. Damn. Isildur? If Doma knows peace in our time, I should like to see it with my own eyes. Perhaps partaking of these hot springs somebody tells me of as well. Oh, I know the hot springs trope from so many games, you just want to see women. Yuguri! Greetings, my Rashna. What brings you to the toll this eve? What? You're for Doma? Heavens! You scions have shown us naught but kindness, but never in my wildest dreams did I imagine you would fight for our homeland. For 25 years we suffered under their tyranny, and then we spied an opportunity. The Emperor, dead, Golemald in chaos. It seemed that the time was ripe. Beneath our Lord's banners we gathered and fought to reclaim our nation, but when Xenos arrived with the 12th Legion, it was over in an instant. Damn. Tataru's entrusted me with the remainder of her responsibilities in her absence. Should you require aught, pray not hesitate to ask. Okay. I'm trying to ask, but you're not giving me a question to ask. Oh. And... Alright, you're just doing that for some reason. What is it, my friend? You look as though you have something to ask. That you go to join Yuguri and Gogetsu in the fight fills me with such joy. Ah, forgive my exuberance. You require information, yes? We of the Nagae clan have served Doma faithfully for generations. My ancestors held positions within Doma Castle even. Now it is the home to the Imperial Viceroy's Witch, and a host of men and magitech. To think that what was once the shining symbol of our heritage, and the seat of dear Lord Kyan, has become a den for Garlean dogs. Naught would bring me greater joy than to join you on your journey. However, Lady Yuguri made it clear that we were to remain here and safeguard the community we have built. I should at least take one or two people. Surely they could guide me around the place. It would make sense. Ah well. Not much I can do about that, though. Yeah, nothing I can do around here. Alright, Lise. Hello. Ah, there you are. Learn anything interesting? The older Domans I spoke with tried to teach me all about Far Eastern customs and the importance of formality and politeness. I like to think Orsians can be just as stiff and stuffy as anyone, especially Skardians. But anyway, did you know that they eat with sticks? It wasn't all that hard, actually. Or at least, that's what I thought until they told me I was holding them wrong. And then when I spoke with the younger Domans, they just rolled their eyes and told me it was all a load of stupid old. Huh? Wow, what you learned sounds a lot more useful. Unless someone invites us for dinner, of course. I hope they do. Well, it would be nice to get some food. Alright. So, change those up. Not really much of a change, but hey-ho. And yeah, the next quest is not without incident, but I'm going to be saving this quest for next episode, because there is something involving the quest, which is going to take a while, so yeah. So I guess with that, viewers, I will end this episode here. This has been DragonofEternity going through more Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood, the 4.0 story. In this episode, I went from the quest The Fires Fade to the quest Tales from the Far East. Next episode, I do the Not Without Incident quest, and I guess a little bit of hints, not really how to put it, not really sure how to put it. I guess just saying this now, we have a dungeon next episode. The first of many. So, yeah. That's gonna be fun. So with that, viewers, until next time.